All right, let's see. I'm gonna pull this up some. All right, y'all know what we do. We about to go ahead and get. I have to remember how to do this, y'all. Please don't judge me. Don't judge me. Here we go.
Welcome to CJ Said It YouTube channel. Go ahead, subscribe, like, and let's get ready to talk about it all. Welcome to CJ Said It YouTube channel. Go ahead, subscribe, like, and let's get ready to talk about it all.
You made me go, ooh la la la. It's a brand new feeling for me, natural healing for me. I think you was meant for me, ooh la la la. It's a brand new feeling for me, natural healing for me. I think you was meant for me. I found my purpose. The feelings that I have is for certain, and now.
All right. Hello. How's everybody doing today?
Doing good.
Man, everything good over here, you understand?
Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right. I'm trying to get to our comments here and make sure I can see. I don't know why I don't be having this together, but it's all good. It's all good. So salute to everybody that's here. Thank y'all for tuning in on today. We got a good topic. And we are here again with Hattie, Trina. We also have Trina's husband, Sean, that's joining us today. Thank you so much, brother, for being here. And then we got Monkey Man himself. Salute, Queen BX. How you doing, love bug? Good to see you in the building. Good to see everybody in the building on today. So, y'all, listen, we're gonna jump right into this. And our topics, we have two topics that we're going to tie in together. I hope that I'm able to show the video of one. If I can't, I'll play it from my phone and you guys, just kind of channel in there with us. Y'all know my show is about men and women empowerment. And it's not just about relationships, but it's about us coming together collectively to be better individuals for ourselves, and then for our family, and then for the community. So we hope that by the end of this segment today, something is said that you can resonate with. If it doesn't hit you first, then we probably didn't do our part, because I know anytime we're on this platform, I know for me, everything that we talk about always hits me first. I just want to get that out the way and say that. So with that being said, I'm going to let my people say a little bit about themselves and why they're here today, and then we're going to get into it. Hey, the GOAT, how you doing? All right, who's going to go first?
I'll go first. So, as you guys know from previous, I'm Hattie. I am an entrepreneur. By day, I am a healthcare professional. I am a supervisor in the OR in the diagnostic department at one of the best hospitals in Houston Methodist Hospital. And by nights and the weekends and all of my free time goes to Madame Marie's Boutique, as well as I'm Mama Sous Chef for Baking Chemistry by Journey, along with all the other many things I have going on. I'm so privileged that my sister asked me to join her on this podcast to just share my views and to be enlightened by everybody else who joins. So welcome everybody.
All right. And by the way, them cookies at that bridal shower this weekend was a hit. There were no more left. Shout out to Journey. All right, Miss Trina and Sean, y'all got the floor. Go ahead. Let us know who y'all are and why y'all here.
You can go.
Yeah, okay, I'll go first. I'm Sean. I'm actually a claim professional, everything from property to auto and everything in between. So this is my first time ever being on any type of podcast. So I'm just glad CJ gave me the opportunity to come on, and hopefully I'll gain something and be able to give something. So
love it. Thank you, brother, for being here. We really appreciate you.
My pleasure.
And I am Trina. I am also in the claim world of insurance, supervisor as well. I'm on here just to be enlightened and to have good conversations and a better understanding.
All right, she shy today, y'all. Her husband, baby, her husband on here with her. She done already told us.
But I told y'all already that I have to work on keeping. I already told y'all that when I'm around and my brain cuts off, so I have to keep it on.
That's that love. I want myself to shut down when my man is in the building, honey. He'll do it if you let him. All right. Mr. Jermaine Amerson, Monkey Man himself. Go ahead.
What it do is Monkey Man. Y'all know what it is. Mr. Shenanigans and Fun. You see what I'm saying? And another episode with my sister CJ. Let's do it.
All right, y'all. So today we are talking about. I'm gonna tell y'all the two topics, and then y'all tell me which one y'all want to touch on first. So the first one is emotional intelligence, and the second one is gender roles. I'm gonna be very honest with y'all. I'm not too excited to talk on gender roles because I already know my perspective. Some ladies are going to be highly upset with me after I give my opinion about gender roles. So at the end of the day, I want to say by time.
I thought you said jelly rolls.
All right. Well, the people have spoken.
You might be shocked because I think they'll be mad at me.
You think they'll be mad at you on your take?
We're gonna see. I
mean, if y'all mad at us, that means that we said something good, you know? All right, so let's go ahead then. We're gonna jump into gender roles first. I'm gonna give everybody an opportunity to just tell me what you think gender roles is, and if you have experienced gender roles in your own relationship or in your life. And I would like to go ahead and start with Trina and Sean first, if y'all are up for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So gender roles for me is something that's placed, I feel that's placed on us heavily by society. It's almost like a patriarchy to me. That's how I view it. It's something that's taught to us down the line without a reason or a why.
Okay, Trina, can you explain why you feel that way though?
Yes. So I think that for me, so society put gender roles on everybody. So it's never y'all work together. This is what the man does, this is what the woman is supposed to do. But it's never this is what y'all supposed to do to make it work. Okay. And every time you look at it from politics on down, it's something gender based. Mm-hmm. It's never individually based. It's always gender based. So it's like it doesn't work for everybody.
Okay. Sean, you want to jump in there?
Yeah. So she kind of stole my notes, but that's all right.
She got notes over there.
No, but I mean, she's dead on. I mean, gender roles. I saw that a lot coming up, just being primarily raised with my grandfather and my grandmother. And you know that I guess it was more of like a generational thing with that era. You know, you saw that more often is the husband being the breadwinner and taking care of everything outside of the home, and and the wife pretty much stayed home, took care of kids, took care of the house.
Mhm.
So that's what I was originally raised up seeing was that. Now it wasn't until I left from home that I actually realized, okay, yeah, there's something else to it other than it just being black and white. So there's that gray area in between, and I think a lot of times we see now people don't really realize that there's more to be done other than what it is that you're told that you should be doing, if that makes sense.
That makes
So
sense.
it's, yeah. But I mean, I had to learn it. I had to learn it and it's just trial and error. Trial and error. You have these norms that are set on you by society, and so that's what you kind of begin to follow. But the more you live and the more you experience, the more you start to see how there's blurred lines in some areas too. You know, we all, you know, it might be one area that you know, I may be weak in that Trina's strong in, and vice versa. So that's where those gender roles, they kind of start to get blurred right there, and you see a bit of a different aspect on it from that.
Okay, you didn't stole the flow for my next set of questions. So pause right there. And I'm gonna go to Hattie and let you tell me what do you feel about what do you know about gender roles and how do you feel about it?
Let me just start by saying I love how we have evolved. We can look back on, back when our grandparents, raised us, our parents raised us, they did stuff a total different way. But now we are like breaking those barriers and I love it. Gender roles for me is non-obsolete. How I feel about them is I'm a person. It doesn't matter if I'm a man or a woman. It does not restrict me from being capable of doing whatever society has said was for a man or whatnot. All that does is keep us bound as women. And no. So gender roles, I don't believe in them.
Okay.
Now I do believe in the capacity that I can do such certain things. So I'm a girly girl, so I can't. It's certain stuff that I just can't. I'm not gonna say can't do. I might try, but I prefer not to do. But as far as, and that's just to deal with strength, you know what I mean? But outside of that, if I can do it, I'm doing it.
Okay. All right. Monkey Man himself.
Now, the gender role thing with me is if it's a two household, it's mother and father. That's it. Now, if it's a single parent, because I don't know why when you said that, I just thought about my mama and like she had to play both genders. Because my mama told me I had to stand up and pee. So imagine a woman showing a boy how to stand up and pee. You feel what I'm saying? She can't. All she can do is tell me and show me what I'm supposed to do. Aim at that. So at the end of the day, it's according to the situation. If you got a 2-parent household, yeah, you have gender roles, a mother and a father. If it's a single parent household, you got to play both sides. So, that's how I look at it.
Okay, I understand where you're coming from. Now to take it from my perspective, I'm like Hattie. I've never liked the fact that relationships were divided by man and woman positions, because at the end of the day, me being a woman, I was raised in a certain environment, right, and there were women all women, where men were missing in our situation. So for me, I became a dominant woman before I even wanted to. I took out the trash. Yeah, I took out the trash. I put gas in the car. I did certain things that I was told that the man that's supposed to be in my life would do. So it made it very complicated for me to actually respect the man. When I finally got in a relationship, I looked at him and told him, these are the things that you should be doing. And I'm talking about accountability at this point, and as far as how a divide can cause you to look at a certain person if they don't do what it is that you've been told that they're supposed to do based on their gender. And I wonder how many times did I actually lose out on maybe a good man in my life because maybe he was in a household full of women that didn't teach him this is what you are supposed to do, or vice versa. So I go back and I think as far as how just us as a cultural, I always mess that word up, culture. There are certain things that we are definitely not giving the opportunity from the gate. You can read books and you can read stories. If you're like myself and you grew up in a fairy tale world where you were this princess and you just knew that your prince was going to come and save you, and there were certain things that he was going to do. My mind now is convinced that the man that I'm supposed to give myself to is supposed to do all these things, and he's supposed to do these things perfectly. And I think that's very unfair, because if I know how to do something that the man wasn't taught, does that make him not equipped to be a man? No, it doesn't, because I feel like all of us learn, and we all could learn how to do certain skills, but you don't put a certain person on a level because they can't do what you think that they're supposed to do. So that is my opinion in the gender roles to start off with. Now I want to go back to Sean and Trina as the married couple on this panel right now. And I want to ask you all, how has gender roles played a part in your marriage? And was it more good, or was it more, y'all said, nah, we can't do it that way. Forget that. We're going to do what's best for our household. And if you did, could y'all tell us like what actually works for you all?
Okay. So I'll start. So I was raised to be independent by my mother and father. I was raised, my mom, you need to know how to do this. I was raised with my dad, so you don't depend on no man, you need to know how to grind. So my husband was raised in the country. He was raised that a man works, provides, take care of his family, and the woman stays in the house. Well, as you can imagine, we bumped heads. I was, who you talking to?
Right.
Because my daddy said, and it wasn't until my husband proposed to me and asked for my hand in marriage, and my daddy asked him, "You sure that's what you want to do?" And it made me think, like, what the hell you mean? Is that sure that's what he
Can I ask you a question about that?
Mm-hmm.
Your dad was the one that told you what kind of man you're supposed to have or supposed to look for, right? Trina, what did that do to you when your husband asked you to be his wife and your dad asked him, are you sure that's what you want to do?
Because my dad raised his daughters very spoiled.
Okay.
So I wasn't told no who. My mama say no, I'm going to go ask my daddy because the answer is yes.
Okay.
So he basically told my husband, if you can't provide my child with a lifestyle that she's accustomed to, that I give her, don't marry her. Okay. Are you sure you can take this on?
Yeah. I could. You know what? I couldn't even be mad at that though, because if you think about it, that's how most fathers think when it comes to their daughters. You know, if he can't do as good as a job that I've done caring for you and providing for you, then what you talking to him for?
Well, Sean, let me buddy in here for a second. Y'all know as the
Mhm.
host, I can do this, and this what we do. I'm gonna be monkey man today. We throwing monkey wrenches in here because we don't understand gender roles. And I love what the GOAT just said. He said this is a very complex topic. It's different strokes for different folks. It all
Right,
comes down to the ideology and how you were brought up. So
right.
I asked Trina what I asked her for a reason. And not to throw anybody's personal information on the front line. I'll use myself as an example. When my mother and my stepdad were together, I heard them go through different situations. Okay. Even when my father was omnipresent in my life, the way he treated my mother and the way I was told to pick a man were very contradicting. I was, and then even, you know, watching other people and just being in those different surroundings, the father loves the daughter or loves the children and tells them how somebody is supposed to treat them. But then you see them treat the mother a certain type of way, or even their mother or their siblings. So the contradiction comes in because I'm listening to what you're saying, but I'm watching your actions and I'm watching what you're doing. So gender roles, when we really talk about that thing and break it down, do we learn to be what we see? And do we do what we see, or do we do what we're told?
You're definitely gonna mimic what you see.
Okay.
Until you get the experience, until you learn.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
I said that you're gonna mimic what you see being done because that's action. You go what somebody says tomorrow.
Okay. And Trina, what did you say?
I said you're gonna do what you see, basically, because that's what you know until you learn and experience it for yourself.
Right. And how convenient it is that as kids, our brain, we soak up so much, right? And until a certain age, until you become rebellious. When you become rebellious, you're only rebelling because you are going against what you know and what you cannot say, versus what you were taught to do based on what you see and how you feel. And I think one imperative thing that myself as a parent, I had to understand that do as I say and not as I do is the worst way to raise a child.
Right.
Yeah, that's the
Agreed.
dumbest saying ever in life. That is the dumbest saying ever in life.
Exactly. Monkey Man, you want to jump in on anything? Because I know you keep having to mute. Hey, Cammy, how you doing, honey bun? Do you want to jump in on anything that's been said thus far?
No, I'm cool. My whole thing is like, for me, like I feel like, oh boy, with as a man, because too, in the Bible it has you thinking as a certain way as a man that I'm supposed to be the provider. But then, like you say, as a woman, when you don't have a provider, and it goes back to like what I said about my mama. She have to get into a role. I believe it's just my thing. I believe a woman shouldn't work, but if she want to work, I'm not gonna stop her. But I feel like if I can provide to take care of the household, hey baby, do what you want to do. If you want to make your own money, I'm not gonna stop you. But I really feel like a man should take care of the family. That's how I feel. I'm not saying that's how it's supposed to be. That's just how I feel it should be. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the time,
was that something that was taught or learned or you saw, or was that something like a dream of yours?
Because that's what I want to do for my mama.
Right onto Northline Drive.
That's what I want to do for my mama. So I feel like since she since she didn't have them, right here.
That right there is now something that,
no, turn right here. I'm telling you.
Y'all know how I am. I listen to words, and that a young boy seeing his mother struggle and being told you got to be a man, you got to be a man, you know, you're the man of the house because there's no man present. Your mind now goes to, I need to be able to provide
I'm the man,
for
so
my
this is what a
mama.
man is. I gotta provide. I gotta be that. I have to do this, like, to make sure that she's okay, she's good, because the other person, whether dad or stepdad, didn't do it. So now I have to fill those shoes.
And then this is what's crazy. That young boy that just wanted to take care of his mother, he probably did a great job at that, but he's a son. That does not mean that when he gets in a relationship, he knows how to be a good partner to now his significant other, because he's coming from a place of, I just wanted to take care of my mother. Well, guess what? He's sleeping with his mama. His mama don't need him to be emotionally there like his significant other does. You get what I'm saying? And so now you have all of this confusion and these feelings that are involved, but because we still live on gender roles, and gender roles are so important, we're never even allowed the space to figure out what is your role as an individual person. Forget a male or a female.
Yeah, that's why I think when you're a child, you do things as a child. But when you grow up and you experience things, you unlearn certain behaviors. You start to research, and things don't sit right with you. You start to see from toxic behavior to, you know, what it actually should be. And that's where I think the gender roles come in, where people are pushing back. Now, do I think that a man is as a provider? Yes, but that goes for me for biblically. That's me looking into something else.
No, you can actually elaborate on it. But before you do, let me read the comment from Cammie. And Cammie, thank you again for joining. I appreciate you, sis. She says, one thing I learned early was never to give my son that stress of being the man of my house and him being a man, period. Cammie, when I tell you, I love that comment head on. I have a 19-year-old son, and baby, I tell him all the time, you ain't the man of this house. You are my son. I am, and you're not even obligated to me other than being a young man that I am teaching to survive on his own. You get out of my house. Go ahead. Hey, darling.
But a real man, a man has that protective behavior. It's
And
like
that's okay,
that's
Jermaine. But listen to what I'm saying, Monkey Man. That's perfectly okay. But still, his mother is going to let him know. She's going to stop him. And she's going to say, son, I appreciate you for loving me and wanting to take care of me as your mother, but you are not obligated. What you are obligated to do is to make it on your own and create your own family and make sure you can take care of you and yours. And when you have to come back and take care of me as a mother, because I will get old, or, you know, who knows, you know, I may get sick before I get to a certain age, then yes, as my son that loves his mother, I would appreciate it if he comes back and he says, Mom, let me do what I can do. But he is not obligated.
So can I jump in right there?
Yes, sir.
So okay, so
yes, you are. Hold on, Monkey Man, can you send Brian? He ain't loco today. He Brian. Can you send Brian the string, please? Okay, brother, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say because I mean I see what you know what Monkey Man is going with, but no, I have to say my family dynamic was a little bit different growing up because, like I said, I was raised primarily with my grandmother and my grandfather. My mom was there too, but you know, my mom wasn't married when I was little, so my grandfather kind of had to stand in the gap as far as showing me what those, you know, going into the gender roles and taking care of your family and how to do all that. So it's like that. I know Monkey Man was talking about that protective nature. Yeah, that was there to a certain extent, but it wasn't until I was older and my grandfather had passed on that I really started to feel that protective nature, if that makes sense.
Before you let Loco up, make sure you make sure he show his face. Make sure
Okay.
that's him.
Okay, Loco, hurry up and copy and paste that because I'm gonna do it because he probably he didn't feel like going to his other thing to send it to him. And the GOAT, I completely understand that you disagree, and I want you to type in the comments why you disagree. Like, let me know your perspective so I can touch bases back on that, because maybe I can bounce off of your disagreement and then actually finish in detail why I'm saying what I'm saying. Loco, do you have the link yet? Because I want to delete this.
Yeah. He out too. Let me see if I can send it to him on the phone.
Okay, Miss Ain't Dolly, if you still on here, if you could delete the StreamYard out of the, well, it
Nah.
don't matter. You can keep it in there because I have to pull everybody that comes up anyway. So don't worry about it. It's okay. All right. So where were we? We were at. Are you?
I don't know. Okay, so speaking of, when we talking about coming from a different family dynamic, mine was way different. Okay, so in my house growing up was my granny and my papa, my mommy and my stepdaddy. Well, yes, my stepdad and my papa, you know, went out to work or whatnot, and my mommy and my granny was at home. But they were the dominant partners. And I say that respectfully. They took care of everything that they needed to take care of as far as the house was concerned, but they were the dominant partners. There were no gender roles. Whatever my granny and my mama decided to do, that's, you know what I mean? That's what they did. How they decided to raise us, that's how we were raised. You know, whatever they say went in our house. So me, I'm not, I always go against the grain. I'm just a driven person. So once I see I can do one thing, I take the step to do the next thing and the next thing. I'm just a motivated, driven person. So gender roles never existed to me because I didn't see that growing up. And because being who I am, character-wise, I don't believe in this person need to take out the trash, this person needs to, you know, do this, the mom needs to cook, because why not? It's balance. And a true home is balance. So, I mean, if you have to do it, fine, but I don't believe it. I didn't grow up. So, and then, too, I don't barriers, I break down. Gender roles to me is non-existent. So if a man can do it, a woman can too. Unless I just, within my own strength, I cannot do it and I need help or whatnot, or, because I'm going to tell you something outside, I'm just not doing. Mm-hmm. I'm not changing a tire. I'm not anything of that nature. I'm not doing it because I just, within my strength, I can't do it. I'm not even interested. So that's the only reason for that. Otherwise, I don't believe in a woman stay in a woman place and do whatever in the house. I don't believe in it.
Okay, and that's the thing. Like when you get two people, and I'm a channel my next comment because that's gonna go into emotional intelligence. Okay. I'm gonna read the GOAT. He said, even as a boy, your goal is to be the head of your family and household. I have to stop you there. I have to disagree with you there. Because that's what we've been taught. We've been taught that the men that are not men, the boys, are supposed to come out with this definition of understanding. You are supposed to be raised to be the head of your family and a household. Now, here's the thing. That is a true statement biblically. But what they failed to tell us is that young man has to be taught according to the word of God. So if you in a household and God is not present and they constantly telling you that you need to be a provider and you need to be the head of the household, what provider and what kind of household are you going to lead if you're not going according to the word of God? So I'm not saying that what you're saying is incorrect. What I'm saying is there are different definitions of a real man to take care of a family and be the head of a household, because some men think that their gender role is more important than them actually doing the actions, which is being a provider, which is being a protector, which is being a leader. And I want people to understand. What was the movie? Remember the Titans? There was a line in there that I absolutely love. What he said: leadership or attitude reflect leadership. And so there are a lot of men out here just thinking that because they are man, they are automatically guaranteed to be head of the household and the head of the family, and they not doing the shit that they supposed to be doing to be in that position.
But
And I saw you
who?
with your church
But
finger up, so I'm gonna be quiet and let you go ahead.
but if we gonna put it like that, it's the picker fault because you picked him to lead your household.
It's who
So
out?
at the end,
Out.
it's the picker fault. It's the picker fault. Whoever the woman that chose him to lead, because you have an orientation phase. You have an orientation phase. You're gonna learn who this man is before you even marry him. So if you don't see what you're looking for, why even choose him to be the leader? Even if you know this nigga ain't the one for me.
Understanding and having that, even if having that barrier that coming, you know what I mean, understanding of, you know what I mean, what you're getting, what's the expectation is, setting that boundary or setting that expectation up front, so you'll know whether to say yes or no. So it's their fault.
I agree with you, but let me tell you something. Every woman that picks up a provider ain't a wife. Every woman that says, I want a man to provide for me, don't know shit on being a wife. She don't know shit on raising no kids. What she know how to do is take your pocketbook and run your ass up in some debt.
His fault, though. He knew what he was getting. That's his fault. He knew what he was getting. I'm sure
Yeah.
he become humble when she came as a gold digger.
You right. And that's what I'm saying. So at the end of the
Gold
day,
digger's my uncle. Gold digger's my uncle.
So what I'm saying is, how does the picker, after we didn't pick somebody based on where we were and what we thought we needed in our life and what they presented at the time, how is it now that, oh, it was all good when we picked them, but then when we put them in that position and we see that they are no longer qualified for that gender role, now we start picking them apart. So do you pick yourself apart when you pick the wrong person and put them in that position?
Let me ask you this. I hear what you're saying about picking and you allowing them to do that, to become the head of the house. But as women, are you relenting the things that you used to do to allow him to be the head? Or are you intervening in the process?
What? Say that again, sis. What?
When you pick him and you say you allow him to be the head of you, are you relenting or are you fighting?
Baby, I didn't let a couple of niggas run me into a brick wall.
What I mean by what I mean by relenting
we going
is
into emotional intelligence now.
Yeah, remember what I mean by relenting is trusting him to be the head, or is it because you've been so independent for so long, and with the way that we're raised and having to be strong, that is like, okay, this man ain't moving how I think we should be moving, and you interfere without seeing the big picture.
Hold on, y'all. Damn, how do I Loco, let me see your face real quick. I don't even know. Oh, okay, all right. I'm letting you up. All right, there we go. Okay, so her name is Trina Cammy. You know, it says I'll be very transparent, and you know, I'm this is me. This is CJ, Carlicia. Honey, I done told you, I done cried on your shoulder plenty of times and let you know that I did pick and trusted that man to be in his role. The fight came when the representative showed up and he told me what he was going to do, and then he became the individual without the mask on. So now I got to put my gloves on and I have to fight against what it was that I trusted and believed in, because I believed you to be the provider. I believed you to be the man that was going to lead us in prayer, and all these other things, and supportive and dreams and goals and whatnot. But then when the mask came off, because you thought that you had a sucker, and I trusted you so much, then bam, now we both here looking stupid.
So then my next question for that would be, did you allow him to lead before marriage?
Hell no.
That's where the problem came in at. Because you went off of, that's where the problem went in at, because you went off of, that's just like when we put this president in office. Oh, I'm going to change this, and we're going to make new taxes, and we're going to do this, and then when he get in office, shit, man, look here, man, fuck what y'all talking about, I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying?
When
Yeah, so
I say hell no, what I mean is, we got to go through some screenings together. We fit to go to some counseling as girlfriend and boyfriend. We about to go through some intense breaking this thing down to even see if we are even compatible to be in this thing together, because men represent themselves and women represent themselves. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, I kind of agree with what Monkey Man was saying, though. I mean, because it's kind of like that on the job training type period, where you get that you don't quite have that title as a full on leader, but you kind of get a gist of what you get into, and it's not just for the leader, that comes with when you selecting your wife and everything,
Right. And like me and Hattie were just saying, like you're supposed to have conversations and certain hardship talks and whatnot, when it comes to courting and getting to know a person. But reality is, you have some people that are good at conversating and hiding who they really are and what their real intentions is. And that's why at the end of the day, I don't care what nobody have to say. I'm going to do what I have to do based on my past experience.
And that's why it's important to not listen to what the person says, to watch what they do and have that knowledge and understanding of their actions to certain things and apply that where it may or need to be applied at.
Correct.
Because being in my role in my job, when I'm interviewing these people, they're telling me, oh, I did this and I know this and I have this knowledge and this is how I would operate under pressure and I'm resilient and I'm this and that and the third. And then we put them through another interview. They got the gift for gab. So they already know what the expectations are. So they're going to say everything to be politically correct to get themselves in a position. But once they get in the door, you start seeing what they're doing. You start watching their actions.
Correct.
And you know what I mean? How they're showing up.
Correct.
And initially they're showing up inauthentically. But then after a while they get comfortable.
And that mask
come off. And now they're presenting as their real self.
But that's when the training, that's when the real life situations come in. And if you don't take that individual and yourself through the training, because jobs, I feel like jobs should have continuous training. Just because you're a manager and you've been there 20 years, don't mean there are not some things that you need to be refreshed on and some new things that you actually need to learn. And I had this conversation with my boyfriend and I told him, for me right now, a relationship is a job. At the end of the day, I should be waking up every single day trying to figure out, first of all, if I want to stay in this job, and if I do, what is required of me to keep my position.
But you know what? As I see,
you know what I mean? If you're not doing anything to keep yourself up on, that's like if my job gives me some information, it's up to me to read that information. They don't sit me right in front of them and say, go over this. If I'm not reading that manual, you know what I mean? I can read the manual all day, but if I'm not reading it, You know what I mean? I'm not benefiting from it. I'm not using my resources. So that prayer is a resource. So if I'm not praying that, I pray that this, God would allow this person in my life, or that we could make a relationship happen or whatever. But I'm not praying to be a good shepherd over what he gave me. What's the point of the prayer? I'm not encouraging myself or praying to God every day to strengthen this. What's the point in it?
And
But you,
I think that's the problem in a lot of relationships and marriages is people forget the interview process and they jump straight to let's get in this relationship. Yeah, most what a company does when they getting ready to hire you is a background check.
A background check.
Some of us aren't
They
doing
are background
background
checks, but
checks.
they ain't really checking them references as thoroughly as they should. And that's what I believe in a relationship, them references need to be checked. And when I say them references need to be checked, I need to know what happened, what transpired, what went down. Even if you can't get directly to that person from their knowledge or from watching what happened.
So real quick, shout out to the winner circle. I'm glad y'all are here, and we got Brian. He's not loco right now. We got Brian up here on the panel with us, blessing us with his presence. So, brother, do you want to jump in here?
Why you keep calling loco? My name Brian, you said.
That's what I just said. I called you Brian. I didn't say loco.
Oh, okay. What's going on, everybody, man? Y'all got me up here. Y'all know I'm out of my element. But guess what? I support everything y'all do, man. So I'm listening. But with these conversations right here, they have it all over the internet that I said that my wife, So I'm gonna sit back and listen and and just take everything in, man.
Okay.
I'm listening to y'all though.
Okay, well, we glad that you up here, and we appreciate you. Anytime
I want to say something real quick.
You go ahead. All right, Monkey Man, go ahead.
I want to say something right quick because we can't say gender role and then talk about biblical things, because in the Bible it say a helpmate. So at the end of the day, whoever I'm with gotta be with me and be with me when I'm like, if I'm doing wrong, wherever I'm weak at, she's supposed to make me strong. And wherever she weak at, I'm supposed to make her strong. Now, if we gonna say roles, then yeah, she's supposed to be a nurturer to the kids, this, that, and the thing. I'm supposed to take the boys and show them how to hunt, how to plant, this, that, and the third. Or we can do it as a family, because like you said, a woman, there's no place for a woman. After seeing my mama, there's no such. She taught me how to play football, basketball, all that. And I was top in everything I did. And she put me around the right people. Now it goes back to what we said the other time we was on here. So if I never had a father in my life, or I never had a mother in my life to show me how to be a wife, or a father to show me how to be a husband, then what is we doing? See, I came to that with my girl off the muscle. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, because I got to be transparent. I never knew how to be a father because I never had a father in my life. But I'm learning as I go. I'm a whole grandfather. I buried 2 grandfathers before I was born. So I don't even know how to be a grandfather. But that man has to be open enough to learn and say, I don't know. A woman can work with I don't know.
Hey, Monkey Man.
Hey, can I say something, Miss CJ, real quick, because I do got something.
Go ahead,
Man,
go ahead.
have y'all ever noticed that whenever these discussions happen, it's always the man that's being, just keep it 100, like a background check on them. Man, you need to do a background check on these women. And what about when the women ain't really shit? What about when the man was raised by his mother and father and know how things go, but you got these dog ass women out here that just want to peel them for their cash and then be good to the niggas that just got out the penitentiary and they know they ain't gonna be with them. They gonna just mess over them and take their money and, have sex with them or whatever. But the good guy sometimes, let's talk about when the good guy gets the short end of the stick. Every man ain't bad with every woman. So everybody gonna have an individual experience, man. I know too many of my homeboys that wasn't gonna never be faithful to one woman, but that one woman came in their life and changed their life. So why the background, you checking the background, and I might not even gonna be like that with you type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of things that I think we so used to the man being the bad person or the villain that's what we always having to look at. What about the women? We got some dog ass women out there in this world.
And let me say this, I think you probably missed the beginning of us when we were on here. That's what this is all about.
I did.
Like, that's why we're talking about gender roles.
You know I missed it. You know I ain't that goddamn crazy now. If that's what yeah.
You came in here and put out like a damn rocket.
Y'all know.
Yeah, man. I'm like, hold on, man, because that's why I said, oh Lord, where the hell am I at, man? Because I like it to be one sided, man.
Okay,
I want to talk about how everybody do.
Just to take it back to the beginning for everybody, so everybody understands. Y'all know when y'all on CJ Said It, baby, we holding everybody accountable. We talking about the women, the men, the mamas, the daddies, the dogs, the grass, the sky. God, it's nobody that's off limits because everybody plays a role in how things get so screwed up where we're pointing the fingers at each other. So, Brian, I'm happy that you actually said that because that was one of the things that was said at the beginning of this podcast. How did we get to gender roles? Because at the end of the day, it just doesn't make any sense for a man or a woman to feel like, oh, because I do these certain things, I am superior to you or you are superior to me, and we can't work together for the better of the relationship or whatever shit it is that we're having.
That's real talk.
And everything, like Hattie is saying, everything takes balance. Now, here's the thing. You have, and I said this the other day, y'all, and please, I know y'all gonna chew me up in the comments right now, and that's fine. Personally, we understand that there are some people that are just gonna accept a toxic relationship. And guess what? I feel like if it works for you, damn it, it works for you. Whatever that situation looks like, if y'all have balance in that situation, guess what? Who am I to judge y'all? Because maybe I can learn something from you on how not to be so overly aggressive when my man don't do what it is that I expect for him to do. Because I feel like if people give grace in their situations, just like you and I had, like we can be very transparent. Something happened this weekend with my daughter's bridal shower. I contacted you. Had you been raw, or had I been raw, our friendship would have went two totally different ways or just blew up. But here we are sitting on my couch on this podcast right now because what did we do? There was a balance and there was an understanding.
Right.
And I know somebody probably would look at that and say, well, they females, that's easy for them to do. And they are absolutely right. And so my biggest thing is wanting to know if it's that easy for two females to do it, why is it not that easy for two people that choose to be in a relationship with each other to do it? Where is the breakdown? And I'm going to turn it over to the married couples up there, the married couple, and see if y'all can answer that question. And I think we're going into emotional intelligence now.
You want to go for it?
No, I'll let you go. All right.
So for me, it became about respect. And the way that, and you know this because you know us personally, I have never disrespected my husband in front of anybody. I don't care if we're in public. I don't disrespect him in front of anybody because I don't want to be disrespected. And I always looked at it as if I can go to work and respect the people there, then why is it so hard for me to respect the man I'm laying next to?
Come on.
And I tell people at the end of the day, like I told y'all, my husband has provided an environment for me. And then, granted, we've been together a long time, but he provided an environment for me to be the woman that I needed to be and that I grew into be. He provided me with respect. And I basked in it. He knew what I needed. I knew what he needed. Now at work, I may be hell on wheels. I do my job at work. But when I get home, I want to be in my feminine energy. I don't want to think. And if he's providing that space for me and he loves me beyond anything, there's no conditions, I would be a damn fool to go out to disrespect him, one, and not be the wife that he deserves. So it becomes balance for me. You giving me what I need, I'm going to give you what you need. I trust you to make whatever decisions that need to be made because I know it's in our best interest.
So let's talk about what you just said in trust. And now we are into we're out of gender roles and we're touching on emotional intelligence, which was the second topic that we wanted to touch on. Now, transparent moment for me. I've never had a man that I can trust completely. I've never been in a relationship. I've been married twice. In my mind, I've never been able to trust these men completely. And let me tell you why. It was because, first off, being a product of my environment and being raised in a family full of women where I heard men ain't shit, men ain't this, men ain't that. So as much as I wanted to trust the man that I was with, I saw what I saw, but I could never fully give him the complete trust that I wanted to, because I still have these voices in my head. And whenever I had a problem or issue, I would go and talk to the women in my family and they would give me advice, but these are all single women. And so me not even understanding that they may have been coming from good places, but they didn't know no better either, because guess what they did? They sat around women before them in generations and talked about men being no good and what to accept and what not to accept and this and the other. So for me now, being 40 years old, I'm like a child right now in this dating game. I am constantly looking at myself to say, CJ, why in the hell is that so hard? Why is that expectation so big for that man? Because if he's doing what he knows to do and you guys are having these healthy conversations and he's coming to you as vulnerable as he is, now there's a difference, because you got to remove the mask, because you cannot get to healthy and get to a solution if the mask is still on and you're not having transparent conversations. Forget being afraid of what I'm gonna look like if I choose to be vulnerable. Damn it, let me tell you, like, bro, I don't even know what love is.
It's unlearning.
It's unlearning learned behavior.
Correct. Because it's a defense mechanism.
It is.
That's why.
It is.
But once you decide to, you know what I mean, release all of that anger or defense mechanism or whatever it is that keeps you in that place, then you'll realize how. So to me, emotional intelligence is a verb. It's what you do with situations. It's a word that it's something that you do. Like, if you're gonna retaliate or you're gonna be in fight or flight mode all the time, it's not helping to resolve anything. Emotional intelligence is thinking automatically off the rip, no matter what's said to you, what's done to you. How can I rectify this? How can I, it's positive thinking, positive thoughts. What is the result that I would like this to be? What would I like to see come of this situation? Okay. Even if somebody is present to you, talking to you crazy or whatever the case, it's taking a second to think, to breathe. How do I want to see this evolve? And that's why so many people who lack emotional intelligence are involved in these murders and all of this, because they're not emotionally intelligent to balance out that situation. So until you realize that emotional intelligence is a verb, it's what you do next, you're gonna be still stuck.
So, anybody want to chime in?
Yeah, I
want to say something.
Okay.
I'm gonna be for real about this, because emotional intelligence is messing me up. Because how can I be intelligent using my emotions? Because in the army, I have to lose all emotion to be intelligent, to stay focused on the what's at matter when it comes to war. So I'm trying to see, how can I be emotionally intelligent when I'm running off of feelings? Because emotions is feelings.
So hold on. Let me tell you guys what being emotionally intelligent is. It is recognizing your emotions and learning how to control them. Understanding
Okay,
that
okay,
just
okay,
because
okay,
you
okay.
feel different does not mean that that person is
Right.
wrong. Just because you don't have that same understanding that that person has does not mean that they are wrong for feeling how they feel. Emotional
Right, I got you. I
intelligence
got you.
is being able to have a conversation with somebody that has a difference of opinion, and you guys actually still being able to end that conversation without an argument, without a full blown out disagreement, and then showing grace to each other because you just understand that maybe that person has not reached that level of that subject, not reached that level in life. Because you can have, Monkey Man, you and I talk all the time. Your level of intelligence on certain topics and certain things, I'm not there because I didn't experience it. Does that make me dumb? Does that make me any less than you? No, it does not. Vice versa. You have a level of wanting to understand certain things where I'm coming from, and I'm giving you it based on my experience. But the emotional intelligence is even understanding. Just because that person went through it, do they really know what they're talking about? Do I need to go research this on my own? What kind of grace do I need from them unless I have went and done the research myself to even know if this is something that I actually should grow from, or if this is something I should participate in or not even pay attention to. That's what emotional intelligence is. It's just taking the accountability upon yourself to actually see if this is something that can add on to yourself. And then when you're doing it with individuals, should I show, like, do I show grace? Do I, do I, how do I handle this
Right.
situation
What do
if
I
I
do? It's a
disagree,
verb.
or what do I do? And that's what Hattie was saying.
So it's really a positive outlook, because you may not agree, or your stance may be different from the next person. It's about respecting that, and what do I do next? Somebody can tell me, oh, I don't like the way you raise your children. Why don't you
So?
do this? I can see how you may, you know what I mean, not agree with the way that I raise my kids, respectfully so. But what would you have done different? It's finding that common ground and that positive in a negative situation.
And then if it's relationship wise, and this is the interview for us to say, if we want to be together based on how I raise my children, if you don't agree with it, let me go find somebody that agrees with how I'm raising my children at the time. Let me go find somebody who understands.
What do I do next?
Look, I got a loud voice and I yell. A person that didn't grow up in an environment, it's going to take a whole lot of work for us to be able to get on one accord. I may not be mature enough to be able to control my tones. So, God, do I need to go get somebody that talk loud like me? Because they're going to understand me.
Correct.
Versus me trying to get somebody who, always wants me to speak in a soft tone, always wants me to lower my voice. And then guess what? The arguments now are on, why are you talking so loud? Why are you yelling at me? So emotional intelligence is picking something or someone based on where you are in your life at that moment.
And understanding respectfully so that this person does not fall within my caliber in this certain area. And I don't think that we could, you know what I mean, grow together. We should really be together, because there's so much, they're not, you know what I mean? They're not.
Okay, we're gonna stop now, and we're gonna let somebody else chime in.
Yeah, I would just say.
Go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say, so for me, and I'm just speaking personally from everything I experienced, I have sisters and I have brothers, and a lot of my brothers were not good men when they were younger. They had their phases. I knew what I wanted, I knew what I didn't want. But what I learned out of seeing my brothers and my cousins and sisters go through relationships when I was younger is that nobody liked to be told when they weren't perfect. Mm-hmm. And that was an issue that caused a lot of dishonesty in relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Because now they feel like I gotta censor the way that I feel so that I don't hurt their feelings. And they view that as a form of love.
That's not love.
instead of a form of betrayal or lie.
Mhm.
And as humans, we get into that. So it's hard to have, and my husband will tell you, we've had to have hard conversations in our marriage because of things we've gone through. And those conversations people don't want to have. I've asked my husband before, although it hurt me, I've gone through cancer. I may not be able to give you kids because of chemo. You still want kids. I love you enough to let you go if that's what you want. But everyone isn't mature enough or emotionally there to have that conversation because it becomes selfish. I love him, and if he loves me, he's going to stay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or if I love her, she gonna put up with what I put her through.
Mhm.
You can't love and be selfish. It doesn't mix well. And then the conversations are then hindered because you're afraid to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody, we walk around like our shit don't stinking. It does. It definitely do. And that's okay. But you have to be open to have those conversations. And they are hard.
Yeah, they are, man.
Hey, my brother said, when you said shit don't stink, he said,
Yeah, because before, and I've grown a lot. And Khalees, you know, my younger days, I was a firecracker. I may not disrespected him in the streets, but when we got in the house, I was ready to go to war.
I'm gonna say this, and then we gonna let Monkey Man, because he down there with the church finger. Let me tell y'all something. Like, me and Trina met each other
over 20 years.
Over 20 years ago, baby. We was beating up people at the job. Do you hear me? Like, listen, don't say nothing to me.
So y'all wasn't emotionally intelligent.
We was not emotionally intelligent. We were products of our environment, and bitch, if you say something to me, I'm finna whoop your ass.
I'm proud of you, Trina.
And so to see, to always see how Trina and Sean, the dynamic of their marriage, I run to her for advice. I've been coming, Trina, how long I've been running to you for advice for relationships?
Long time.
And baby, she'll check me. She'll be like, no, CJ, you stop. No, don't. And the thing is, it's not that I never took her advice. I just wasn't there maturely. You understand what I'm saying? I had to go back and I had to do the work, because it's one thing to get advice. That's emotional intelligence. You can get the advice, but it's still up to you to do the work on yourself. It's an action word. And so when I made the decision that I don't want to be that female anymore that has these fists up, because what I was doing is, my gender role is, you come into my life, you got to do this, 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 this. Now, here's the thing. I learned how now to stop accepting things for what they seem and start doing the work to actually see what they are. So if I end up in a relationship that fails, either I didn't want to do the work, or I ran from it, I sabotaged it, or I allowed myself to move so fast that I couldn't even fathom the things that were actually going on that I probably should have dealt with before the commitment even came in the first place.
First of all, if you have to tell somebody what to do.
Oh no, we're not telling nobody what to do.
Because like they're not gonna meet your expectation anyway. They might do what you tell them.
You gotta take out. You gotta remove expectations, honey. You cannot have expectations. Okay, Monkey Man, yo go.
How do I know what to do if you don't tell me what to do? Because I don't know what I'm doing is wrong. And then you just leave me.
Like to force, you might, you know what I'm saying, one time with the man, you know what I'm saying, I'm open to doing what it is that you expect.
Have you told your kids one time to stop?
You got to repeat yourself 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9 times to them. Oh, I told you to take out the trash today. I told you to take out the trash. Eventually, I mean, I'm very emotionally intelligent personally, but if I am emotionally retarded when I got to keep repeating myself. So therefore, I'm forcing you to do something now that you don't want to do. So that's not who you are. So that's the problem. There.
Wait. Let me chime in there real quick because right there, I gotta be honest with you, sis. I gotta be honest with you, right? Like now we're gonna go back to gender roles. So why is it? Hold on, it's my show and I can do this. We're gonna go back to gender roles. Why is it that I allow myself to get so freaking worked up? Yes, I did ask for the trash to be taken out, right? But maybe he was doing something the same way I be doing stuff that I leave dishes in the sink and I don't automatically come back to it. But the expectation on him as a man now is, why did I have to take this trash out? When I walked by the trash and I saw that trash was full, when do I tap in and take consideration that maybe he had something that was going on and he just really forgot to take this trash out?
That's when you need to check your control and spirit.
Monkey man's question and a lot of things is, I know myself as a woman. Those have been my issues in the past. Well, I gotta tell you to take out. Well, you didn't have to tell me because the day before when I took the trash out, you didn't give me praise for that. But then today I forgot to take the trash out, and now you want to bite my head off or whatever. So is it us? And are we still stuck on what your role is and what I should and not be doing? Or is it you reach a certain level of intelligence and you give grace? Which
Emotional
one is it?
intelligence in that situation to me would be, okay, he forgot to take out the trash. Okay, so in my house, trash goes out on Mondays and Thursdays. So he forgot to take out the trash Monday, but he always take it out anyway. So one Monday he forget, cool, okay, let me go ahead and put that trash out. That's emotionally intelligent. Babe, I realized you forgot to take out the trash. No worries, I had it. Or not even bringing it up at all. Personally, me, I'm not gonna bring it up at all because it didn't cost me nothing to go take the trash out, right? Who says I can't take out the trash?
I'm a lie.
So,
I ain't gonna lie. I get the screaming and hollering in the past. You ain't shit. I gotta take the trash out. But then guess what? My son, my capable son is in the house where he could take out the trash and I give him No. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm talking about my past experience. I ain't talking about now. I'm saying back in the day when I did not know no better. I'm talking now we're going back to gender roles and everything. So my husband at the time, I get to chew him out because I feel like you dropped the ball as a man. You supposed to take the trash out. But my son that's in the house who should be learning these things and being taught these things, oh, I give him a pass. But I talk to my husband this way in front of the kids and in front of people.
Let me chime in on that real quick. When we tell them that we want them to take out the trash and they don't, we get upset. That's because they didn't do it when we told them to. That is a controlling spirit. That is because we're not in control of that. Mm-hmm. And that's when I was talking about relinquishing things. Mm-hmm. Baby, if my husband said I'm taking out the trash, I'm gonna walk by that trash like I ain't seen that mug.
What? I spitting over in everything.
I will walk by it and take out another trash bag and sit it on the door.
But Trina, do you know where that really comes from? You say a controlling spirit. How many of I'm talking to the women right now? Because if we do it to the husbands or the boyfriends, when you was in the house with your mama, my house need to be clean. Take out this trash, and then naturally you didn't even understand what that was doing to you and how that made you feel. But all you knew was embedded in you is this got to be done. And I'm using the trash as an example, but I had to check myself when it came to my girls, when it came to the kitchen not being clean, or how is it that I can fuss and yell and scream at them, but then at 1 o'clock in the morning, brother, come back up because I'm waiting on you to chime back in. When it came to 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and I come down and then I use my dishes and I leave them in the sink. Me as the adult, because I pay the bills here. Now I'm able, but I'm the example now. I'm telling them, don't y'all go to sleep with no dishes in the sink. Don't y'all go to sleep with that trash full. Make sure you clean up behind yourself. But at the end of the day, when they wake up and they come downstairs, guess what they see? I don't care if it's a spoon, a knife, a fork, one piece. I told them something and I ran You have to bring me back.
And you
It's
done,
not. Oh, sorry.
and you were done different. A lot of us, especially girls and men back in the day, we were raised out of fear. We
Okay.
weren't raised to respect our parents. We respected our parents out of fear because of what they said they would do, or the consequences of not taking out the trash or not having the house clean.
Now,
My house ain't clean. I'm gonna whoop your ass when I get home.
so what do you do to your person? Is it really?
Those that you raising your kids out of fear. Chaos breeds chaos. So when you teach your children that's what they know until they get older.
So Trina, is it really an issue that the man didn't take out the trash when you told him to take it out?
Not that one.
No, because I'm gonna turn my head until he take it out. If
And so,
he tells me that he's going to take out the trash, I don't care if he take it out the next day. He said he's going to do it. I know that he's going to follow through.
now why is it that we want to be the parent and you should have took that trash out when I said something about it or when you said you was gonna do it?
Control.
That's what yeah, and that's where the rebellion set in with a man, because you're not my mama, you're my dad. So it's a better way you can tell me that, just like you said. And I want to chime in. It's about the delivery, and it's something you said earlier, CJ, that I want to comment on when you say, well, if the man don't like me hollering, maybe I should find a man that allow me to holler.
I saw that video.
What you say? Oh, you saw a video.
Because I ain't gonna be able to stop hollering. My man, whoever he is, he gonna be forever trying to find a woman because I'm gonna keep hollering. Go ahead though. What you saying?
Okay, but so that woman need to understand, like she said, in a relationship, it's give and take. I gotta be open to, okay, well, I know that's how my girl talk, or that's how my man talk. Nah, it goes back to delivery, because I'm rebellious, and I'm working on my rebellious spirit, because my girl do that. I told you to take out the trash, but look here, it's 2 or 3 other motherfuckers in here that can take out the trash too. Don't just direct that to me when I made sure, because see, I'm so petty, I'm gonna make sure I don't put nothing in that trash. I'm gonna make sure I don't put nothing in that motherfucker. So you can't direct that to me. You feel what I'm saying? That's how petty I am.
Right.
Just to show you. So you picking on me. Don't tell them that, or do you want me to?
That's
You
not
feel what I'm saying?
emotional intelligence would be, babe, let's sit down and talk. How can we come to a common ground when I forget, or when you're not available, that somebody else is responsible? How can emotional intelligence is finding a resolve, a positive approach?
I just solved it. Go tell them, because I ain't putting nothing in it.
That's not a positive approach.
So look, I can tell y'all, years ago when me and my husband first got married, y'all want to keep a clean house, because that's how I was raised. Keep a clean house. It needs to be sparkling. When your husband come home, you have food on the counter. Well, my husband used to come home and get undressed from the front door to the bedroom and would leave his clothes there.
Y'all, I was tired, Lord. I was tired.
And it would drive me crazy. And I would tell him, you need to pick up your clothes. And he straight up told me, I'll pick them up when you stop yelling. I went a whole week and didn't say nothing, and clothes was left on the floor. And he did it on purpose, like Monkey Man being petty. He left it there.
I got you. I thought you got about that.
I ain't forget about that.
Is it being petty? Is it being petty? Oh,
no, it was him.
But you holler.
It
Okay,
was him.
Hold on, let me address this. Hold on, J. Roland. When I say holler, baby, I am from Houston, down south. Both of my sides of my family are from Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. When I say holler, you hear my volume on here right now? My tone, I'm talking about my tone. I am naturally loud. Now you'll know when I'm yelling. Now, I do my very best to respect the individual when I'm having a disagreement with them, because my words are so lethal that I don't have to yell. I can literally give you a 2-minute description of this mouth that'll shut you down, and you probably won't run it and never show your face to me again. But a man has to understand that I am trying, and I've been this way for 40 years. I'm in a family that still everybody is loud. That's what I mean when I say holler.
Yeah, in Texas and Loco know this too, because people be saying he be kind of rough in how he talk on his show. No, that's just how we talk in Texas. We don't mean no harm. We could be sitting down having a normal conversation, and we just dry loud. We just dry loud.
You know, on the other side of the spectrum, who try not to holler and try not to, because if I get loud and if I go there, I'm going there, I'm gone, and it's not coming back.
Why you gotta throw me off in it, monkey man?
Try not to holler and try not to, because we don't. If I get loud, if I go there, I'm going there.
Shit, my bad. My bad, y'all. I'm listening to it because my volume's low on the phone. I'm sorry.
Oh, you good, Brian?
And I'm saying that because my bonus family, my husband's family, they are naturally loud. But with my husband, I don't know. He don't say, I was just getting loud, or because I'm loud. I'm just loud, naturally loud. No, that's an excuse. Because I can't tell when you're just being loud or you yelling at me. It's not an excuse. So, no,
it's never an excuse.
Yeah, it's an excuse.
So can I ask y'all a question? Can I ask y'all a question?
Because it's not, again, it's deliberate. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So if you meant it gently, you know what I mean? You say it gently. Because you know who I am. And I'm not going to disrespect you until you disrespect me. So, I mean, that could be a defense mechanism as well. Loud people use that. And I can get loud too. They use that excuse.
Listen, let me tell y'all something.
To not be emotionally intelligent.
That's a difference in when you're having a disagreement, not being able to decipher what we're talking about and what a person's intent is. Right. And this is no jab at anybody. When you know a person, you have to, again, we go back to emotional intelligence. You know when that person is expressing themselves and they are actually just hyper about the conversation, okay? And I'm saying what I'm saying, and y'all just hear me out. Anybody can tell me if they disagree with me or not. If a person is naturally loud, what do you say, Magic Johnson out of 2.0? Are you gonna go loud?
No, whoever that is, listen, let me tell you something real quick, man. That's why I be saying, Miss CJ, I watch, and I be watching from the bleachers, man, because I don't like nobody disrespecting you, especially when you ain't never came with that energy. All that about, am I gonna go live? I don't even know that person. So you know when I come over, you know the trolls is coming with me, right?
My moderators, can we please block him? OG.
Yeah, man, I don't know them people, man. You know, anybody talking crazy, man, y'all get them out of here, man, so they can enjoy their show.
Don't worry. Can y'all please block Mr. Cornell Sanders, please? Thank y'all. And thank you, Cornell, for stopping in. We appreciate you. Hey, OGK. No, we don't, but that's you gotta learn it. So again, what I'm saying is I think for a fact that when it's two individuals, like I'm gonna tell y'all something, Monkey Man, for instance, Trina, for instance, Hattie here, for instance, and I think me and Brian have a great connection now that he knows me to a certain extent too. They know when I'm just loud. Now when y'all see me sit the hell straight up and them lips get to turning up and them eyes get to rolling, y'all know that's when somebody got me effed up. And I'm getting ready to go in. I think
CJ, I've never seen that side of you. That's why I go into every relationship that I go into in life stupid. And I say stupid to the fact that I still try to be old school. And I don't trip out people, man, like that, man. You know what I'm saying? What I do is I give everybody a chance to try to like every goddamn body. That's my problem. And so like when me and you met, shit, and I'm respecting my sisters because that's what I come into the game as. I ain't just no dude who just here to bash no black women or no women of no color.
Right.
And but in my sector over there, we get crazy. So, I turn into to Bruce Loco and everybody else. But really me, that's why I have so many problems, because a lot of these people I befriend and they don't have they don't cut for me the same. They got a hidden agenda. Or they want to get on YouTube, So I done seen it all. I've been on here almost 4 years of the damnness. And so that's just how I look at it, man. I respect everybody, man, and I give everybody a chance, but it's always when a person get through with you. when they get through with you, you turn into this, and that. And I know I ain't did nothing but came with respect.
But
I didn't have helped so many black women on this internet, it ain't even funny.
the crazy,
And all of them turn around and do what Miss CJ ain't never did.
the crazy,
Sneak dissing, and just because you not down with something that I'm talking about, boom, you know what I'm saying? You over on your show dissing me, but I thought we was cool and all that old mess. So I appreciate y'all allowing me to even come up here and hang out with y'all, man.
we
For
are
real.
Already jealous of you. They already got an alliance against you.
Say, man, look, man, you got these retarded ass clowns like this fool right here that's in your chat. And ain't it funny that if I wouldn't have came over here, it wouldn't have been none of these suckers. They trying to create some type of silliness. Thank you. See, I'm waking you up because whoever's up here, they slipping. Come on, OGK, man. You got a wrench.
But everybody,
come on, homie.
Because we actually
Quit letting the niggas message stand up that long. Don't nobody want to see that shit.
Yeah, we getting ready to shut it down. So they about to get mad at the end of the day. But
and when I go live in a minute, if y'all don't mind stopping by, you'll get a chance to meet Bruce Loco.
The haters are promoters.
Because I'm going off.
We're coming.
Haters
But
are promoters.
again, before we go, I just want to say this is a prime example of emotional intelligence. Because at the end of the day, when you take a person that's just out here living their life and making, impact and having and making different relationships, and somebody gets pissed off because they were not emotionally intelligent enough to be a part of whatever's going on, it's the friction. And I want everybody to remember that in their own situations, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friendship, in your own family, you are not held responsible. Did I just do that? I did. Sorry. You are not held responsible for somebody's emotional intelligence. You are only held responsible for your own. And at the end of the day, have enough discernment. Do the work on yourself to have enough discernment to know when, hell, it ain't up to you to make different relationships and different connections with everybody. It's not. Because everybody ain't where you are. And it's okay. It don't make them bad people. It just means that they got to go and do some work on themselves. Correct. So at the end of the day, I love y'all. We're going to give everybody an opportunity to say their last words so we can close out. Because I got to get back to making my skirt for my daughter's wedding next weekend. Okay?
Hey, before I leave, hey, do me a favor, Mr. and Mrs. Cover y'all's ears. Oh, no, I ain't gonna do it like that. Much love to y'all, man. I'll see y'all in a few minutes. Hey, Stone C, make sure you don't miss my show now, sucker. See, because you all off in this chat. I'm coming for your head, boy. Hey, I'm finna expose you all the way to the fullest, little daddy. So I'll see y'all in a minute, man. I'm out of here.
All right, Loco. Love you. All right, so Trina and Sean, y'all go ahead and we'll start with you guys. Give your last words so we can close this out. Thank everybody in the chat right now for being here. We're going to get ready to get up out of here.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, hey, y'all. CJ, I really do appreciate it. I mean, you just don't know how much this has been an enjoyable experience for me and my wife. She been, I missed the last one. But I told her the other day, I was like, baby, I'm gonna try my best to be here. But
yeah, you ain't missing a part of the podcast now.
But I appreciate y'all. Y'all just giving us the opportunity to get on. And like I said, I was just here to share some info and get some info. Sharing the wealth. That's what it's about, right?
Yeah, that's right. It is. And thank you, Sean. We really appreciate it. Your input. We couldn't have did this show without your input, especially you being a married young Black man, and sharing, your transitions and your life experiences with us. And that's what this is all about. So we thank you right now for just saying, I'm going to share. So we really, really appreciate you for that. Trina.
I'm going to say what I said last week. Keep working on yourself. Know that it's okay to fail, to know that you're not perfect, and to constantly improve. You can't give anybody or pour from your cup if it's empty. Now my brain is off.
Well, thank you, Miss Trina. I'm sorry, she's Miss Rolling today. That ain't even Trina. That's
Yeah,
Rolling
yeah.
today. Thank you so kindly. So, Hattie.
Just as always, grateful for the opportunity to be a part of this wonderful podcast next to my sis. And as always, I'm taking nuggets. I'm taking nuggets to apply to my everyday life. I'm always a student. I'm always a student. But if we can say anything to encourage you or to give you a nugget, you know, our job is done. One thing I pray about always is that I'm blessed to be a blessing, regardless if that's my words or my knowledge, my understanding, whatever it is. So you allow me to sit next to you today and the other week when we sat next to each other, or I just really appreciate the opportunity.
Love you, love you, love you. Monkey Man.
Hey, Buenos Dias. Nah, but look, before you try to work on anything, work on your damn self. Because that's where the problem sometimes lie. Right there in front of you. Right there. Sometimes you take the problem in the bed with you. Sometimes you get up in the morning and drink coffee with the problem. Sometimes you even ignore the problem. And it's you. Stop ignoring you. Look at your damn self. You know what I'm saying? And to all women, before you start any relationship, scrape that white shit off the back of your heels.
Hey,
First.
you stop. You stop.
I
Start
can't
that first.
I cannot stand
Yeah.
him. I can't
Yeah.
stand you always. So, first off, I want to thank everybody in the chat on today. Thank y'all for showing up for the CJ Steady podcast. I love each and every one of y'all. Thank you for my brothers and my sisters being here to share this with me. They know me. I know a lot of y'all only know the social media CJ, but this means so much to me for somebody to actually be on the other side of this camera and listen to all of us trying to be better individuals. So Sean, Trina, Monkey Man, Hattie, I appreciate y'all. And this is not the CJ show. This is the CJ platform for us to come together and be able to be a blessing to anybody that just wants to hear it and be better. What I can say that I want everybody to take from this today is understand that it's a lot of things that we have been taught that are not the right way. You do not have to put certain stigmas on certain things. It's only when you begin to learn behavior, you do your research and you do the work on yourself, that you will find out that maybe the blessing is in you unlearning learned behavior. Stop being a product of your environment. Go out and actually learn how to love yourself so you will actually know what love is. When you find out what true love is, maybe you're able to offer that to somebody. But that comes with grace. That comes with mercy. That comes with forgiveness. That comes with continuous repetitiveness of you are not perfect and denouncing yourself daily. Because whatever it is that you are looking for in an individual, you better pray and ask God that you're able to give it and have that within yourself. So with that being said, CJ said it. I love y'all. We're going to let y'all know when the next show is, because y'all know I don't have a schedule. But I'm sure it's going to be right before my birthday. And if you in the Houston area, we having a pool party May 4th at the Rollins residence for my birthday, tacos and margaritas, honey.
And loud talking. Hey, check out TMB with Monkey Man. Watch TMB with
tomorrow,
Monkey
y'all.
Man.
TMB with Monkey Man. I'm taking a step back, but guess what? He got my mama on the platform, honey. So we gonna check this show out tomorrow, and we gonna see what they talking about.
You got my dukes on there, huh?
My dukes is gonna be on the TMB platform. We love y'all. Y'all jump off of here and go over to the Winner Circle. Loco and the crew is on there right now. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe to this channel and their channel, TMB. And we love y'all. Have a good night. Bye. All right.